Alright, I'm back. Let's continue, shall we? Hi, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good evening. For the living and the dead. All Alliance and Resistance units have now withdrawn from Specula Imperatoris. It is time we spoke with General Alden. Excuse me. Mark my words, when this is over, I will take the heads of every officer in Castamabania. I'll swing the bloody axe myself if I have to. We lost a lot of men inside the tower. Casualties are still mounting among those who survived. Excuse me. Grim though it is, the Conjurers have had no choice but to impose a rigid triage system, when treating the wounded. Under the circumstances, we have to be realistic. That's the worst thing you could ever hear when it comes to, like, being a medic or something. Because triage basically... I'm going to look up the formal definition right now, just to be sure about this, but from what I've heard, triage basically means, like, if it looks like this person's not going to make it and this person is, you forego treating the person who looks like they're not going to make it in favor of the one who looks like their chances are better. Even if it isn't certain. So if this guy looks like he's gonna die, even if you can still probably save him, unfortunately you gotta use your resources on someone who's more likely to actually live. Your time and resources will be spent on someone who's more likely to survive out of all the wounded people. It's controversial. It's meant to be, that's what I said, unfortunately. Let's see, triage. In medical use, the assignment of degrees of urgency to wounds or illnesses to decide the order of treatment of a large number of patients or casualties. Make no mistake, they've been doing this in hospitals that have been overrun with COVID patients. For sure. All around the world. A process of determining the most important people or things from amongst a large number that require attention. That's the non-medical use for this word, triage. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Raban? These deaths weigh heavy on my soul. Commander Kemp's most of all. He was a wise leader. He was a patriot. But above all else, he was a good man who will be sorely missed. One of many lost this day. I ask for a moment's silence to pray for the souls of the departed. We have suffered a grievous defeat, but we cannot and will not renounce this cause. The die has been cast. Hold tight to this grief, this anger, and let it drive you forward. Let it be your strength and your shield when next you face the enemy. It will carry us far, General. Of that I have no doubt. Ere we take another step towards Alamigo, however, we must first address the question of how to deal with Castamabania's cannon. If the Imperials are willing to employ the weapon without thought for their own soldiers' safety, we may struggle to approach them. A frontal assault is out of the question. We'd lose countless men before we even reach the walls. Would we? Recall that the Imperials could have obliterated our forces had they kept firing, but neglected to do so. They had no strategic reason to cease fire, which begs the question, why did they? Our boy Estinian saw to that, but I guess they don't know yet. You suspect they were unable to fire the cannon again? Mayhap due to a malfunction? Or one of their officers found his conscience after the first barrage. Or a heretofore unknown resistance faction chose that moment to disable it. There are many possibilities, but the fact remains that they stopped when logic dictated they continue. Then I'll just have to go and see for myself if the cannon is still operational. Are you mad? Conrad put you in charge of the resistance. We can't risk losing another commander so soon. I know how you feel, Nago, I do. But I need you to understand. It wasn't long after Papa Limo and I arrived at Walder's Reach that Conrad first asked me to join the resistance. And then he kept on asking. Every time I said no, I told myself it was because of the Scions. But even then, I knew deep down that it was an excuse. That I was still afraid of following my heart because I couldn't be sure if it was for me or for Ida. But then I met someone on the other side of the world who had struggled with the same worries. And as we traveled and fought together, I saw him grow and become the leader his people needed him to be. Ian, that's right. And now it's my turn to do the same. There's not a lot of us left, and of the ones that are, many are still wounded. We have to make it with what we've got, and I'm the best qualified. It's as simple as that. But don't worry, Nago. I'll come back. I promise. Damn! That was a hell of a good speech, Lise. Left no doubt in Nago's eyes. While I acknowledge Commander Heck's right to carry out this mission, I see no reason why she should do so alone. Leon, would you go with her? Would have done it even if you hadn't asked, sir. That was literally the first answer that jumped out at me. And it is settled. We will await your return. After a speech like that, how could I not follow her? More than a keeper, she needs a friend now. Stay close to her. Right. Grim though it is, the Conjurers have had no choice but to impose a rigid triage system. Oh, okay. They didn't change what they said. One can but wonder how the rank and file of the 12th Legion will view their leadership upon hearing about the fate of Specula Imperatoris. Exactly! I wouldn't be surprised if there's defectors after that shit. Conrad confided in me that he was considering naming her as his successor, so it didn't come as a complete shock. I mean, I was still surprised, but I've never once doubted his judgment. None of us had. If he thought Lise was the best choice, then she is. Papalima would be proud. I understand Monaldo's concern. If they were to lose another leader so soon after losing Conrad, the resistance might never recover. When did Lise become leader of the resistance? That is... I suppose we have Ian to thank for this too. Probably, yeah. I think she learned a lot from him in our time in the Far East, but also, especially that alone time they had in the jail cells, which, okay, I know what that sounds like, but it wasn't, no, not that kind of alone time in the jail cell, but, you know, she had a lot of time to get to know him and his way of thinking, and he was already, he already had plenty of leadership qualities the moment we met him, so, though he struggled, he came out on top, and she saw why, like she said herself. So she's just following his example now. Sorry to drag you into this, Leon. It may not be the decision Conrad would have made, but I'm not Conrad. I never will be. I don't know what kind of leader he was hoping for, but right now, all I can do is be myself. That's all that's all you can ever do, really. You're not supposed to try to lead like someone else did. You have to do it your own way. Above the churning waters. If you don't mind, I'd rather not wait around and have people try to talk me out of it. Let's get moving. I know a good vantage point overlooking the castrum. What the hell? Neon Krebs? Hope. The ship stranded on the rocks to the east of here. It shouldn't take us long to get there. Oh, but there might be some ancient golems guarding it. Or that might just be an old wives' tale. Either way, it's worth the risk. Lise, Commander, I pray you proceed with all due caution. Do not hesitate to call upon us if needed. To reach the ship, we'll have to scale the cliff face. I'll get some climbing gear and meet you there, alright? And who's this asshole? Fool? Hey, what's up, Lise? Sorry to keep you waiting. I see you've met the golems. Looks like the old stories were true, eh? In a way, I'm glad. Right then, time to climb. After you. Ladies first. As Chris would say at the end of Resident Evil 1. The original one, not the remake. Whew! That took a bit more out of me than I expected. Meanwhile, I'm just like, whatever. And here she is. The Incref's hope. The ark that one man made to save countless others from the flood during the 6th Umbral era. Literally Noah's Ark. I like it. It's comforting to think that there have always been people who cared this much about their fellow man, who accomplished such great feats that people couldn't help thinking they must be made up. But the proof's right here, isn't it? I don't just mean the ship, you know. I mean you. Long before anyone started calling you a hero, you were there for those in need. You did things for people when you didn't have to. Sometimes even when they didn't want you to. It can't have been easy, staying true to yourself. But we're all better for it, me included. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad my efforts aren't in vain. I'll never be a leader like Conrad, or Ian, or my father. But I can be a friend to you all, and I can fight by your side. I can be me. And that'll just have to be enough, eh? Well said, Lise. Well said. Strange to think back on it. If we'd been standing in different places, or if the shell had struck the tower differently, it would have been me instead of Conrad. Maybe both of us. Yeah, and your mind can't help but do things like that, to start thinking, what if this happened, what if that happened? What kind of monster murders their own? A kind that doesn't give a shit about anyone but himself. Is that smoke from Castrum Abonia? Wait, it's coming from the cannon! And now we know why it didn't fire again. I can't tell what happened from here, but I can tell that it won't be giving us any trouble in the immediate future. This is our chance, Leon, to avenge Conrad and all the others who died in the tower, friend or foe. Friend and foe. Sorry. And take Castrum Abani and bring the bastards who gave the order to fire to justice. Well, that includes Xenos, so I'm with you. It won't be easy after the losses we took, but I know everyone's champing at the... Champing? Okay. Champing at the bit to strike back. With the right plan, I'm certain we can do it. I'm with you, Lise. Let's do it. We have to tell the others. Come on. No, we gotta climb all the way back down. Easier down than up, eh? Though not necessarily safer. Anyway, no time to rest. We need to convince the others to strike now, before the Imperials have time to fix their cannon. Right. The path forward. There's no time to lose, Leon. General Alden needs to know what we saw. I don't know how they climbed up that rock wall. It was like... I didn't see many, like, places to grab hold, you know? Footholds and all that. It was a sharp-ass climb. Looked like a very flat wall, almost. Well, like, it was curvy, but it just didn't look like there was a lot of places to grab on, but, you know. That's why they didn't show it. I'm relieved the two of you made it back in one piece. I mean, I always am, but it's a little different now, isn't it? Yeah, I guess so. Well, did you learn anything about it? We did. You look like you've got something important to say. I'm gonna rub some dirt in your eye. We have lost so many men already. If we suffer another defeat like that, this campaign is over. So long as the Imperials hold fast from Albania, we will not be able to march on Alamiga. We will have our retribution. It is but a matter of time. This reminded me of that quote from Spider-Man 3. Yeah, Spider-Man 3. You are returned. I only hope you bring good news. We scaled the cliffs of Nyunkrev's Hope. Sorry, Nyunkrev's Hope, I said it right, and spied smoke rising from Castle Albania's main cannon. I think Marshal Tarpin's right. They didn't fire again because they couldn't. The cannon seems to have been disabled somehow. Then we must attack Castle Albania at once. Could still be a trick, but if it isn't, we may not get a better opportunity. Bluntly, General, if it is a trick, it is an utterly baffling strategy. Had the Imperials wished to wipe us out, they could simply have kept firing. Be that as it may, we need not risk everything to seize it. I say we dispatch a small contingent to infiltrate the castrum and secure control of the weapon. If the enemy is preoccupied with repairs, we may be able to take them unawares. If, on the other hand, it is indeed a trick, our token force will prove an elusive target, and we will at least know the cannon is operational. Either way, it seems well worth the risk. But how are we to infiltrate the castrum? In anticipation of a day such as this, men and women under my command have labored long to cultivate a network of informants throughout Kiribati, including Radiata. Radiata is home to many who hold menial positions at Castle Albania and other nearby installations. With the aid of our allies there, I believe we can secure a route into the fortress. The Resistance will handle this. You may have recruited these informants, but they'll be just as happy working with fellow Alamegans. And at the end of the day, it's our land, our responsibility. Let us do right by Conrad. I should be glad to accompany her, General, as would Alice and Leon, I am sure. Yeah. Well then, if you're all in agreement, I see no reason to refuse you. We will make ready to march on Castrum Albania. Go, and may Rolger watch over and keep you. You too, Ravan, you too. Had Alfino not volunteered you, I would have asked. If anyone can see this mission through, it's you. Perhaps you recall the night we first met outside the Sylvian ruins, under such unfortunate circumstances? I had just returned from a meeting with my Alamegan agents. As I said before, we have been preparing for this day. I knew the Alliance had spies in Kiribati, but in Radiata? Impressive. Thanks for standing by me, Leon. Together we'll make Conrad proud. Indeed we will. I suspect a hand-picked contingent of the Alamegan's Brigade finest would have been equally, if not more, qualified. But what do I know? My apologies for speaking on your behalf. It would seem my sister's forthright manner is rubbing off on me. Yes, her straightforwardness. I confess, my decision to volunteer was not wholly motivated by concern for Lys, nor less al amigo. Castra Mabania is the largest Imperial facility in the peaks, you see, and so the likelihood that Kryle is being held captive there is quite high. Dealing with that cannon remains our main objective, of course, but if there is even a chance that Kryle might be rescued in the process, I would never forgive myself if I do not take it. Pass forward. No problem, Alfie, I'm with you. Let's go. With tired hands, we toil. So, to review, we are to travel to Radiata, where we will meet with a contact recruited by Marshal Tarapin's agents. I took the liberty of reviewing intelligence reports while Leon and Lys were away, so the settlement is not wholly unfamiliar to me. As the Vice Marshal indicated, the vast majority of the populace is employed as menial labor in either Specula Imperatoris or Castra Mabania. Perhaps as a result of this, the Resistance has long struggled to make inroads there. Ah, you have the right of it. They got a better deal than most Alamegans, feeding off what scraps the Imperials gave him. Damned if I know how Marshal Tarapin's agents got one of them to turn his coat. I understand your disdain, I do. But I also understand their desire to look after their families by any means necessary. Our contact is a Rogadan woman. She will ask us a question. After we answer with courage, she will know us as friends. Courage. Right. Put together a squadron, Nago. We'll need them soon. With me, my friends, and be ready for anything. I remember doing that one. I know you're out there. Keep an eye out, would you? Something doesn't feel right. If there were Magitech armor nearby, surely we would have heard them by now. Well, maybe. See? What did I tell you? Let us continue on to Specula Imperatoris. Look at Alfino being all, we're fine. It's like, hey man, can't be too cautious. Fuck. Do you wish to enter Specula Imperatoris? Yes, my good sir. Uh-oh. Here we go. Bad vibes. Bad mojo. Savages? There. Holes? Phew! That would have been an unceremonious ending to our tale. You don't say. Heh, nothing to it. Of course, there were still soldiers looking about. Fortunately, they were no match for Lys. Come, Radiata is not much further. Of course, in light of our recent encounter, it would be prudent to proceed with caution and remain vigilant for Imperial forces. Right. Earlier he was like, the fuck are we waiting for? We're fine. He changed his tune. Oh, hello. Imperial Hexadrone. I fought you before. Full. I think it's gigantic. I thought they said this was a village. It's more like a work camp. Nary a soldier in sight. Mayhap they were recalled to Castrum Abania. Looks like it's safe to enter. I don't see any Imperials. I don't see smoke above Castrum Abania anymore. Do you think they fixed the cannon already? If not, they at least put the fire out. Where courage endures. Athena said we were looking for a Rogadan woman, right? And that we should answer her question with courage? I suppose we'll just have to strike up a conversation with every one of them until we find our contact. Let me know if you find her, and I'll do the same. I found her. Ain't seen you around before. Takes a certain kind of man to walk into a place like this uninvited. Again, I love how they sometimes give us these answer choices to make fun of the Final Fantasy II dialogue system, where you just memorized a bunch of phrases and then spat them back out at random NPCs to advance the story if you... Well, sometimes that is what you had to do. You had to brute force it. Just be like, alright, do you react to this? Do you react to this? You just memorize a bunch of phrases and then spit them back out. It's so weird. But this is a nice callback to it. It's comedic. I will go whither the wild rose blooms. See any roses around here? Because I don't. Piss off. Times are tough, and so am I. Oh, I bet you are. Best of luck to you, soldier. Alright, fine. One with courage, I suppose. Courage, you say? Well, that's in short supply these days. Better to keep your head down and go along to survive. Call me a coward too, if you like, because I'll not speak on it more. At least not here. Outside Radiata, behind those barricades over yonder, on the other hand. On the other hand, over there, she will. Alright. Hey, was that who I think it was? Yep. She responded to the code word. Well, that's a relief. Or a trap. Either way, I'll find Alfino and Ali's. We'll meet you there. Another B ring. Wait, it's the same one, isn't it? It's the same exact one, I think. This one's blue instead of red, but yeah. I don't even know if I got anything worthwhile last time. Yeah, the same B ring I killed earlier. I think they can appear in more than one map. Oh, wait! I think this is the same map, he just spawned in a different area this time. You get nothing? Yeah, you have to accept the stupid climb mark thing, don't you? Yep. Oh well, whatever. One time I got an achievement for it. You still get that, even if you haven't accepted the clan bill. That happened on stream, so... Oh, I didn't know you could get a Blue Mate spell from him. Not followed, were you? Good. I can't remember the name of the achievement I got for killing a B rank, even though I didn't have a clan mark, but... Or the clan bill, whatever you call it. Happened a while back. It's been a minute. That all of you, is it? Let's get to it then. Name yourselves. Damn, dude, she's tall as fuck. Look at how short everybody is. Like, I'm the only one who comes close. Like, with Alfino and Alize, it just really puts into perspective how tall she is. She is a little bit uphill, though. You can see we're on an incline, but Jesus Christ. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, friends of Marshal Tarkin. Name Starkload. The rest you know, or we wouldn't be here. This is about Specula Imperatoris in the canon, isn't it? Just so. Can you tell us what happened? Aye. I overheard soldiers talking while working in the mess. The cerulean pipeline fueling the cannon was destroyed by an unidentified male insurgent, they said. One man single-handedly disabled the cannon? That beggars belief. But boy is stinging. Nevertheless, that's what they said. It took a while, but they finally put the fires out, and the engineers have been working day and night to repair it. Wish I could tell you more, but the incident had everyone jumping at shadows and afraid to say much more. To make matters worse, the Alamegan help have been sent home indefinitely. So the cannon could already be fully operational. Shit. We need to sneak inside Castro Mabania to ensure the cannon is no longer a threat to our troops. Can you help us? Aye, that much I can do. I've pieced together a map of the interior over the years, and I know for a fact there are multiple points of entry. Impressive. If we split into several groups, that may improve our odds of reaching the fire control center. We may be few in number, but I have faith that we can see this through. I tell you, some of these resistance folk can't see the forest for the trees. Ambushing the occasional Imperial patrol won't change a damn thing. Infiltrating their classrooms and learning their secrets on the other hand. Right. That is the better choice. The more effective strategy, yeah. It's thanks to brave men and women like her that we still have a chance to win this war. Indeed. It's good to see that even this deep within occupied territory, there are still those who would defy their oppressors. Yep. The price of freedom. Very high. We know all too well now. We have that for which we came. All that remains is to make our preparations. Leon, you and your ever-dependable allies will enter the castrum with my sister and I by way of the ventilation ducts leading to the hangars. From there you will proceed into weapons research and unleash bloody mayhem. It's my middle name. Let's do it. At the same time, Alize and I will create a diversion elsewhere, and in the ensuing confusion, Lisa and her units will attempt to reach the fire control center undetected. If all goes to plan, our three parties will subsequently converge on this location, and together we will secure the cannon before finally notifying the Alliance that they are clear to attack. Sounds simple enough. I'll go and brief Malvo on the details. The rest of you come with me. We'll need to deal with the Magitech patrols before you can infiltrate the castle. Oh, kill the savage! You in one army. Fuck it. Full. Big ass drive. And Jamel. Oh! Saved. Y'all alright? Quickly and quietly, so as not to raise the alarm. We're here in the cover of night. I think we're good. Here's hoping there aren't too many for us to handle. Almost there, friends. Your point of entry is just around the bend up ahead. The last patrol should be here any moment. Once you've dealt with them, we'll be clear to advance. Assuming they keep to their usual schedule. Might be prudent to stand watch for a moment after, just in case. Bird up? What do you mean? I'm not sure what you're referring to, Crimson. Lead the way and deal with the last patrol if you would. We'll hold here and watch for soldiers coming from the west. Okay. What's up? Cool. So that's a little back entrance in there, huh? We're gonna sneak in. Right, ninja style. Ralder, I knew you lots were good, but I never expected you to defeat them so swiftly. I eat garleans for breakfast. And right now I'm very hungry. That was a horrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impression, but Leon is the finest warrior I know, and I should like to think we have learned something from our time in his company. Now, where's the entrance to the ducks? Right behind you. I've mapped the branches, so you should have no trouble reaching the hangars or any number of other places. You've been sneaking in. Understood. Thank you again for your invaluable assistance. As discussed, Leon, we shall divide into 2 groups and proceed via separate routes into the castrum. Remember that our objective is to cause as much chaos as possible to draw the Imperials away from Lee Sin and men. If there's nothing else, I'll return to the Resistance forces and show them to the entrance. May Ralger guide you to victory. Likewise. This is your last chance to make your preparations, Leon. When you and yours are ready, we shall begin. I was born ready. It won't be long before someone realizes their armor is missing. We have to hurry. The Alliance is counting on us to deal with that cannon. Failure is not an option. You said it, buddy. You got this. The Alliance and the Resistance cannot suffer a repeat of the slaughter at Specula Imperatoris. As such, they will not march upon Castrum Abania until they can be certain the fortress's main cannon will not be brought to bear against them. With the aid of an Alliance contact in Radiata, you and your comrades have devised a plan to infiltrate the Castrum and seize control of the cannon. Several parties, including yours, will attempt to create a diversion inside the Castrum, thereby allowing Lise and her unit of Resistance fighters to proceed relatively unhindered to the Fire Control Center. Weapons research is to be your destination, and one can only imagine what manner of foes await you there. Weapons research? I'm gonna take a guess and say we're probably gonna fight some prototypes. Prototype armor, prototype bioweapons too, maybe? Who knows? Let's find out, shall we? Castrum Abania. Yeah, exactly. Castrum number fucking 5 Googleplex. They have so fucking many of them, yeah. Well, it's a vastly expanding empire. What do you expect, right? It's Busta-base time, like Prompta would say. He makes that a thing, but then there's only like 2 or 3 bases in the entirety of FF15 that you can actually like infiltrate and destroy. It's like, alright. Busta base was a pretty short operation. The first one being when you take back the Regalia after the fucking Imperials take it from you. Alright, let's do this. Didn't I call it? That looks like a fucking armored bioweapon. It's like from FF13 or something. Clearly a gorilla with armor on it. Alright, let's do this. Wait for him. There. Oh, they were already done. Alright. And on we go. Oh, thanks for opening the door. Actually, can't leave without appreciating this. I think we get a better view later on in the stage, but you can see the boat that we were standing by earlier. It's a big ass arc. I guess that's where I landed when the water subsided, eh? Night in the rotor. Hey! That enemy from FF6! Systems nominal. Powering Magitech engines. Deactivating limiters, injecting cerulean fuel additives. Well, that doesn't sound good. What the hell are you guys doing? I can only hit one of them. Look at this shit. Oh shit! Alright, I'm gonna have to stop him using the cannons, obviously. Systems critical. Unable to execute wild speed protocol. Good, that stopped him. Asshole. Fuck whatever was in there. Get the hell out of here. Puppies! So far, so good. Oh, not this trap again. Someone got out. Fuck you. Another FF6 throwback. Number 24. Haven't seen you in a long time. To hold the pinnacle of magic enhancement? For those who might not remember this guy, he appeared, I think, at the main Imperial... I think it was the main Imperial base of FF6. I forgot what it was called, obviously, but... Let the balance be shattered and all fall to ruin. My cup runneth over with ice and fire. Not this one. Not electricity. Did he also have a magic gimmick? Because he was a boss fight in FF6, so... Pretty sure he had something like that, but I can't remember. Like an elemental gimmick, I think. Glory to the Empire! And he's gone. Right. Yeah, he was like... I think he did do something to like make himself invincible to certain elements and not others. Something like that. Can't remember too well, but I know his gimmick involved magic. I don't know if that was his name back then, but that's definitely his character design. That's a copy-paste right there. Except now he's in fully 3D... Full 3D, basically. Instead of just a little drawing. I can take him further, actually. Let's go. Go. There we go. Damn, dude, it's World War VIII out here. Jesus. What's up? As far as we go, I guess. Well, well. Aren't you yet another familiar face from FF6? It's like this entire dungeon was completely inspired by that specific dungeon in FF6 where you escaped from the Empire. I forgot what the name of the Empire was in FF6, but you know what I'm talking about. Inferno. Except he was on wheels like that other mini-boss we fought before. Because you fight him during the minecart ride when you're escaping from the Empire, or the Imperial base. You have that minecart battle against this guy, but he's He's fused with... His legs are wheels like the other guy. Forgot his name though. It could be the same one. Inferno. I can't remember. Time to go back and look at my old ass stream from October. Magitech Technician. What fortune to receive such a promising test subject. Oh, is that what I am too? I'll show you a test subject. This way, little one, this way. Time for your medicine. Shit. Didn't I say we'd encounter bioweapons? Asshole. Well, we have data enough. We will learn from this. Yeah. You'll learn not to fuck with me unless you want to get your ass handed to you. I don't know, I just like being a cocky prick towards these assholes. I will take that as due recompense. Let's move on. The look on his face, he's just like...
Are you alright?
Bastards. Huh? What? Yeah, I'm alright, Sorry about that.
Ah, I think that answers my question. We've accomplished our objectives as well.
Lisa's unit should be advancing upon the fire control center in the command tower. Let us join them.
After you two, my friends. Guess not. I guess I'll just lead the way.
Lise! Thank the 12 you're all right.
And you. There's the control center. Let's hit them hard and fast. Ready?
I was gonna say, I don't know why I'm saying this dungeon was a reference to FF6. This entire expansion lives and breathes a lot of FF6.
They're here!
It was you, wasn't it? Wasn't it?!
She's fucking pissed!
I gave the order to fire. It was over! The Skulls had surrendered, no one else had to die, and you killed them! Your own people! Your own comrades!
You're right. I killed them. Ansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn, all the rest. Trained and fought with every last one of them. Good soldiers to a man. I gave the order that led to their deaths. And I knew exactly what I was doing.
But why? Why would you do that?
They died so that all Alamegans could live free. That was all we ever wanted. We made a promise that we would do whatever it took, so that one day the Imperials would learn to accept us. But everything comes at a price. And if you haven't got the means to pay, then you pay with blood. Service guarantees citizenship, but citizenship guarantees naught. It's not enough to do your part, oh no. You have to run faster, fight harder, kill more and more and more, and only then will you be equal. That's just how it is out here in the provinces. You buy your freedom with blood. There is no other way.
Shut up! Shut your mouth! You don't get to talk about freedom. You killed your own. They trusted you, and you killed them. Murderer! Butcher! Traitor!
Tell Elise! Holy shit, she's popping off. Oh shit!
Yes. Gotcha!
Nope. Surprise, motherfucker. So let's be honest, that was kind of a clever upskirt shot. I see what you're doing, Square Enix.
I know what you can do. I've already seen it.
Alize!
Even so, the odds are against me.
Coward! Get back here!
Oh.
Hero! Lord Xenos invites you to join him for the royal hunt, to be hosted at the palace. You may bring your horde, if you like. All are welcome.
She'll be alright, but we'll need to carry her. Will you help me?
Of course, dude. Why wouldn't I? Jesus Christ.
Thank you. Lise, I leave matters here in your hands.
Right.
Seems that bitch's newfound power really benefited her. She fucking dodged everything. She whooped our asses. She cut Alize pretty bad, too. Ultra Instinct? I keep hearing jokes like that whenever I see somebody... Whenever I see somebody in media, like, teleport or near teleport because they move so fast, people are like, oh, Ultra Instinct. I have no idea what that is, honestly. I'm assuming it's just another video game, but I'm not sure. Well done. That thrice stand cannon won't be troubling us again. Dragon Ball reference? How's Ultra Instinct in Dragon Ball? I'm told one of your comrades was injured during the operation. If there is aught we can do to help, pray do not hesitate to ask. Which happens all the time in Dragon Ball, yeah. Someone reacting fast or godly. Well, we did it. Astra Mabania belongs to us now. Nago and her people took Alize to Radiata to receive treatment. Alfino tells me she'll make a full recovery. It did look like a shallow wound, though it did send her flying. I know I should be happy. We won, and with minimal casualties. But somehow, it feels empty. We should report to General Alden. Kyle wasn't here, but who knows, maybe one of Robon's men found something which could lead us to her. Can't hurt to ask, anyway. So, like catching your phone last second with your toes. I had a moment like that. Not with my phone, but it was, with my towel. It was a towel, right? A towel or a blanket. I was, like, walking with it, and, I was past it, like, from this hand over to this hand, like, backhand like this. And as I did the longer side of it... Here, let me do this. So, the longer side of it... God damn it, now my controller's falling. So, like, the longer side of it was, how do I do this? On this side? Right here? Like that? And then I did this to try and, like, flip it, right? So it would be on that side. And I overcorrected, basically. So it ended up going too far, and I sensed that it was gonna completely slip off my arm and fall down. And so I think I had my hand like this, and I immediately did this and caught it. As it started to fall. I just... it was mid-air, because it was still, like, flipping over my arm. I was like, whoop! And I caught it like this. I was like, oh, shit! I got a little surprised. I didn't think I'd catch it. Send the meme vid real quick. Alright, I'll check that out later. Maybe we should speak with General Alden, just in case his men learn something about Kron. Oh yeah, that's true. Robon's invitation. Leon, Commander Hext. Fine work you did today. Thanks. After Specula Imperatoris, we needed a resounding victory like this. Thanks to you, Ralger's star yet burns bright. I'm glad, I really am. But you should know that Alize was injured in the fighting. Cordola suddenly became, well, very Ultra Instinct, as we were saying, and kicked all of our asses. Regrettable, but I am pleased to hear that she will make a full recovery. Cordola's parting words, on the other hand, ring less favorably in my ears. But if Xenos wishes to invite us to his so-called royal hunt, then this bull would fain accept. What troubles you, Lise? Oh, it's nothing, really. Just that we're almost to the end, but we've still got to save Kyle and do so much more. Yeah, we're almost there, but at the same time not. We'll find her soon enough. Pippin has his best men scouring the Castrom's archives as we speak. Listen, Reese. It will take time for us to fully occupy the Castrom and prepare to advance into the locks. While we wait, there is something I would like to show you. Both of you. After all, this may be the last chance we have to catch our breath before the final push. I don't see why not. Okay. Then come with me to Radiata. From there, we'll need to follow another road south. He does that when nobody was even looking anymore. Very fucked off. Seemed a little odd. I like that during that dungeon we could actually, you know, while we were over there, basically, making our way through it, you could actually see the outside here, like the arc here in this tower. I thought that was pretty cool. The Royal Hunt sounds like Xenos' way of saying he's gonna hunt down like every badass we got, like me, and just take us all down. Stop our conquest or something. I don't know. Robon? Even after all these years, it's still the same. Ah, but I'm getting ahead of myself. You deserve a proper welcome. What's up, dude? Liberty or death? Oh shit, that's literally inscribed right behind him on the wall. Leon, Lise, I brought you both here for a reason. And what is that, good sir?
I wanted to show you this house. My house.
Oh shit! This is your crib? Nice.
You mean this is where you grew up?
Aye. Not much to look at, is it? Same could be said of the village. It was damn near impossible to live off the land, barren as it was, which is why so many of us traded our plowshares for swords. Swords and uniforms, mind. We became military men. Tensions were rising between Alamigo and the Empire, and there was always a need for more soldiers to watch the border. It was only a matter of time before the first skirmishes broke out. It's a frightening thing to face Magitech armor for the first time. But after a lot of trial and error, I found ways to bring them down. After a few victories, people even said I had a knack for it. And then one day they hit us. Hard. I was wounded and sent home to recover. Back here.
It seems to happen every time someone starts telling me a story, or... Oh, no, not really. Just it is pretty random, actually. Sometimes it's just when I meet someone for the first time.
Will you remain silent for fear of the Mad King's vengeance? Of his eyes and ears in the shadows and his knives in the dark? You, who call this living dishonor our nation. It is but a slow death.
Sounds and looks a lot like Gilbert, honestly.
Liberty or death? Liberty or death? If this be your creed, then raise up your hands, raise up your voices! Together we will tear Theodoric from the throne! Together we will reclaim our freedom!
Very well said. Oh shit. There he is. Dylan! Son of a bitch. Yeah, and all that shit. This is back when Robon and Ilbert were still boys.
Send you home to mend, did they?
Aye, sir. Garlean's got the better of us. The chirurgeons say I'm healing well, so it won't be long now.
Liberty or death, is it? Tell me, soldier. What do you think those words mean?
We must needs be willing to die for liberty.
Spoken like a true patriot. But liberty should not be the end in of itself. Liberty is a chance to build something better. A stronger, more prosperous home for our people. It's not quick or easy work. And it is never truly finished. But if you neglect it, then sooner or later, you look up to find you've traded one tyrant for another.
Well, sir, I've never asked for much. Never wanted to live like a king, just wish it were a little bit easier is all. For me and everyone else. And I'm willing to die for that, if that's what it takes.
Dying is easy, soldier. Living is harder. Rest, mend. Regain your strength. You'll need it in the days to come. And mayhap one day we will need it too.
Conrad chose you as his successor, Lise, and I will not gainsay his decision. I have but one question to ask. Liberty or death? Those were Curtis's words and his creed. Will you swear by your father's creed before your comrades and the gods?
Liberty or death. That's all you can hope for in war. Father understood that. And you want to know if I do too. I swear to you, here and now, I will fight until the end. Be it liberty or be it death. But the freedom we win must be for every Alamegan, even ones like Fordola, though they may hate us, and the Enanta, though they may fear us. We'll fight, and we'll talk, and we'll find a way to make it work for all of us. Compared to all that, retaking our home will seem like the easy part.
Yeah.
A good oath. And there is naught else to say. You are indeed your father's daughter.
Even though she looks nothing like him. Did I miss something? Did they say if she was adopted or something? I guess maybe she inherited... Didn't that one NPC say... I can't remember now. He said Lise looked a lot like one of her parents. I'm starting to feel like maybe he meant the mother, because Curtis was like hella dark and Lise is like pale as fuck. So I'm just like... You wouldn't think she's Alamean just by looking at her, since all of them, you know, tend to be darker skinned. And she's like white as hell. That's why I was like, did I miss something? She adopted her? What's going on? It's gotta be the mother. I'm guessing, I don't know. Liberty or death? Has it really been 20 years since he wrote those words? A long fucking time. Ravan? Even a blind man could see that Lise wasn't herself. Not that I don't understand. To be thrust into a position of authority under such circumstances, to be made responsible for the lives of so many. It isn't easy. And when you see your friend get cut down before your eyes, it only gets harder. I'll wager she thought Alize was dead for a moment right there. She did look like she died right there when she got cut. It's one thing to risk your life for a cause, but to risk that of another is a burden no soldier is ever truly ready to shoulder. The fear, the guilt, it weighs on her. And that's good. It will make her a better commander. But first she needs to learn to carry it. To not let it break her. To remember that some causes are worth fighting for. Liberty or death. Her father's words gave me strength once. Excuse me. Mayhap they'll do the same for her now. Right then. I think I've said enough. The two of you can head back. I mean to stay a bit longer. This was like a homecoming for Ravan. Well, at least too, but again, I guess for a minute I forgot to include her because I was like, wait, that's her father? I understand. He's been away for a long time and he probably wants to be alone for a while. Let's head back to Radiata. Wait, am I the only one who feels like I'm being watched? I don't know if it's Imperials or Bandits, but I know there's more than one of them. Let's split up. You head northwest and I'll head northeast. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. When your mount takes up most of the screen, you gotta zoom out. Oi! Seven hells, he's seen us! Sod it. Dez is good as alive to the Imperials. A desperate presence. Wait, I'm not an Imperial. You guys got it all wrong. Damn. They thought I was one of the bad guys. Oh, she got ambushed too. Please? They attacked you too, didn't they? I had no choice. Yeah. They're Alamegan, not even conscripts by the look of them. Barely adults. In fact, some of their faces look familiar. Wait, I remember. They're from Radiata. They must have seen us when we were looking for Stark. They probably thought the Imperials would reward them if they captured or killed... Oh gods. Alize and Alfino could be in danger too. We have to get back to Radiata and find Nago. Shit. Hadn't thought of that. So they didn't think we were Imperials, they were looking for basically a reward. That's why he said, you know, lives as good as dead. They were trying to capture us or kill us for the Imperials. What's all this about? You two look ready for a fight. We were ambushed by villagers outside of Radiata and thought they might try to attack you too. Are you alright? Aye, we're fine. The twins are at Stark's. Alize was asleep last I checked. I'm sorry, did you say you were ambushed by villagers? Not soldiers? Did they not see what we just did to Pastor Mabania? God's damn fools! Luis, Leon, we overheard you talking. The ones that attacked you, they were young? Less than 20 summers? Aye, I thought so. It's always the young ones. The ones who have only ever known the occupation. They're the ones you've got to look out for. See, the only decent work to be found in Radiata is for the Imperials, and everyone knows it. Children grow up knowing it. They have it pounded into their skulls that the best they can hope for is to serve an Imperial officer. Bloody fools! After everything they've seen us accomplish, they ought to be begging to fight for the Resistance, not against us! It's conditioning. That's all it is. It's like getting a baby elephant and tying it down, and the baby elephant will struggle to try and free itself from the little peg you tie down to, and eventually it gives up, it breaks, and realizes this is the only way. It submits to you. It's just like it realizes there's no way out of it. And so then once it's a full-grown adult and it can easily break free from its restraints, it doesn't even bother trying anymore because it still thinks it won't be able to do it. It's already broken from when it was young. So it doesn't even try anymore, even into adulthood. Still thinks it's too weak to do it. Doesn't realize its new strength. I think that's probably how they domesticate elephants. They take the younger ones, you know? They start them young. They've been living in the shadow of a castrum their whole lives. A few victories won't change that. Aye, you get some who can't wait to spit in a soldier's eye, but they get beaten for their trouble. Or worse. Even so. And the ones that don't fight back but refuse to beg, well, they just starve. Beat the dog that bites his master's hand and ignore the dog that refuses to do his bidding, see? In the end, the ones that learn to abide are the ones that survive. Now, you may say that's all about the change, and I believe you. Many here do. But a young man or woman who grew up only knowing what he knows has got every reason to doubt, like I was just saying. Remember that. Do what you have to if it comes to it, but remember that. The sooner we liberate Alamigo and bring an end to the occupation, the better. Only then can we show these youths that things do not have to be this way. Only then will they know what it means to live free. We're going to build a new home for ourselves. Together. A better home than they've ever known. It kind of fit the questing a little bit. Alize will make a full recovery, but I doubt she will be well enough to take to the field again before this is over. I can imagine how you must feel, but I want you to know that many of us here are grateful for what you did at Abadi. I'll never get used to it, killing my own countrymen. In the heat of battle, it's either you or them, but after? When you've had time to think about what you've done. Yeah. There's no way it can be easy. The lady in red. Lise has a proposal. I've been thinking. If Alize needs more time to heal, maybe we should move her to Rhalgr's Reach. She can receive much better care there, after all. Our infirmary is probably the best place for her, short of sending her to Kugana. Indeed, and given what Mistress Woad has told us, I would rather she did not remain here. And it's settled. Nago, go and see about getting us a carriage and an escort. Alfina, you should get your sister ready for the journey. Leon, would you mind going on ahead and telling Aurella that we're on our way? I want a bed waiting for Alize when she arrives. Thanks. Sure. Must seem strange seeing me doling out orders, but not half as strange as it feels to do it, let me tell you. Yeah. They'll learn what it means to live free. We'll teach them. Together. Actually, hold on. Do you require assistance? Very well. We'll make ready to receive the patient at once. Give me a hand, would you? There. All crisp and freshly laundered. We're here. Is everything in order? Right. We're bringing her in. Damn, man. First Istola, then Kryle gets kidnapped. Now Alize's injured too. Fuck. Keep taking on casualties, man. But that's war, right? The price of freedom. Honestly, Alf, you didn't even have gone to all this trouble. What can I say? It seemed a good way to discourage you from limping off to battle when my back was turned. Listen to Aurella, please. You need your rest. I know. Any news of Kryle? She'll be cross if you make her wait too long. As will I. Ha! A chilling prospect indeed. I'll find her, sister, and I'll fight twice as hard for the both of us. They're good together, when they're not at each other's throats. I miss that feeling. Leon, I have a favor to ask. Would you mind waiting outside for me? I won't be a moment. Sure. Wait for Lise. You know, I was wondering if they actually had proper strike dummies here. They don't. They just have these ones for these guys to use, but I don't think they actually give us one, like, for players. I don't think there's any here. It's not like, what was that place? Camp? Whatever that was in Western Curthis Highlands, outside of Ishgard, where there was plenty of striking dummies, you know? But goddamn, dude. It's starting to get fucking hot here. I imagine it's a lot like the weather here, you know? I don't know. I think it's time for a change of outfit. Dive right in. Some refreshing water. There we go. Cool off a little bit. Look at that. A glistening six-pack. Oh! Some eye candy for the ladies. Not just the ladies, by the way. Said that before, though. I need to stay cool, man. It's hot as fuck here. It's all desert. Holy shit! I'm not the only one looking to stay cool, Jesus. Someone had a change of outfit.
Waiting.
It's not trouble.
Well, what do you think? I know it's a bit old-fashioned, but in a traditional sort of way, Ida wore it whenever she could. Not that I'm pretending to be her or anything. Not again. It's just... if this is the last battle we fight to free Alamigo, then she ought to be a part of it.
That one. I was like, wrong picture. Different size. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys know what I'm talking about. Completely different size. It suits you. Just to have the old Ultimate picture from before.
It's nice of you to say so. And a bit embarrassing. But mostly nice.
I remember when I used to make that Ultimate joke all the fucking time. Right after FF Tactics.
Anyway, the real reason I asked you here was to sneak in a warm-up before the final battle. There's this place I know where monks used to spar as part of their training. Care to join me?
Well, we're both dressed like monks now, in a way. Might as well. She wants to warm up, we'll warm up. A little bit of fisticuffs. Some sparring. Can't go wrong with that. Right as the sun rises. Creating the trailer moments as accurately as possible. It's a good thing I remembered when this happened, too. Also, that was a cool sword she has. She didn't have that in the trailer. That little thing grafted on her hand. Big ass blade coming out. I mean, again, all you gotta do is look at this. She didn't have the blade here. Something they added in afterwards. Probably to balance out for those who, you know, have a job class, or don't have the monk class and have a different weapon in that cutscene. You know? Huh. Maybe we got a little carried away. But you have to admit, that was fun. Yeah. Thank you, Leon. You're the best kind of friend. The kind that's not afraid to knock some sense into you. Gee, thanks. Had to do it. That's good. Upon the Great Lock shore. Again, though, you have to admit, though, there is a bit of a discrepancy here. Wait. I mean, the lighting sucks, but still. There's a slight discrepancy here. It's not too big, I'll grant you that. But it's there. I feel like they kind of embellished is the nicer word to say it for the trailer, you know? When they were making the trailer, they were probably like, make them like 1 or 2 sizes bigger. Just, you know, we gotta sell copies of this, man. Like, you know, we need Coomer bait. Make them a little bigger. See, Aiden Norkin knows what I'm talking about. There's a bit of a discrepancy there, you have to admit. Upon the Great Lock shore. Let's do it. Now that Alizé's settled in, it's time we rejoin the fight. You know the marketing team was definitely going like, yeah, let's make it a couple sizes bigger. It's good. That'll be good. It's fine. Though, actually, maybe you and Alcino should go on ahead without me. I need to talk strategy with the officers, and that might take a while. Alright. This is the first time I visited Ralgard Reef since taking over from Conrad, so we have a few things to discuss. Don't worry, I won't be far behind. Right on. Actually, fuck it. Let's stay like this for now, get some free EXP for this class. Oh wait, you don't get EXP rewards, that's right. Never mind, it's pointless. What is it? Oops, I should have talked to Alizé first, god damn it. Ah, there you are. What was it that Lise wanted of you? Just, you know, some fisticuffs. There we go. A sparring match on the Destroyer's very palm. I would have liked to have seen that. Hey, should have come outside then. Well, he was taking care of Alizé, so. But she is right. We have lingered here long enough. I am ready to depart when you are. Take care, you two. Don't do anything I wouldn't. And you had better not rise from that bed until you are given express permission to do so. Oyanje will be paying you a visit soon, and he is already worried enough as it is. Sure she likes the sound of that. She's like, oh great, that guy's gonna be looking after me. We have a long road ahead of us. Lead the way, Leon. Alizé? Should have been there with you to the end. If only I hadn't been so reckless. Someone can blame you. We didn't know Fordola was suddenly going to be all badass. Ultra instinct, as Crimson said. Shit, we gotta go all the way back there. Alright. I might get attacked on the road like this, I gotta be careful. Hey, that's cute. Look at this. It's really cute. Pippin! What's up, my boy? Your return! How fares your sister, Alfredo? Her rapier wit remains undulled, for better or for worse. Have there been any developments in our absence? I like the pun there. Because she actually uses a rapier as a weapon, being a red mage, you know? Nice way of saying sharp wit. I am proud to say that Castor Mabani is now fully under our control. At present, we are taking stock of the enemy supplies and redistributing them amongst our men. Also, while sifting through the officer's documents, we learned that a unit of skulls under Fordola's command passed through the castrum en route to the capital. Excuse me, with a single prisoner in their custody. Fire. It has to be her. In all likelihood, yes. You will be glad to hear that the tunnel leading to the locks has been secured by our soldiers and is now safe for travel. And one final piece of good news. Reinforcements from all 4 Alliance nations have arrived and joined the main host, which has established a new base of operations within the locks. Commander Hex should be arriving soon, yes? When she does, we will call a meeting to discuss the final stage of Ralger's Beacon. Sorry for keeping you all waiting. In this snazzy new outfit. Oh, it's the first time Alfino sees it. Again, what Alfino actually saw. Just now. An Alamegan folk dress? How very fitting. And well fitting, I might add. See? You know where his mind's going. Remember what he said about Yustola? He said he'll never forget the day he saw her reappear from the live stream completely naked. He said that. It was a Freudian slip. I'm just kidding. I'm busting his balls. This is probably very innocent compared to that, but still. I love that Yustola called him out when he said that. I wanted to do something for Ida and myself. Her eyes are up there, Alfino. This is it. The last push. We're coming, Cryo. I think that moment with Yustola was the first time they hinted at his photographic memory, right? Which they then talked about with the Yugiri and Gosetsu sketch once we got to Kugane. That's fucking ominous as hell.
I remember my father's words. How they rang in my ears as we left Castrum Urbania behind and looked out over the locks before us. Comrades brave and true. They had come from all across Eorzea to stand with us. To stand against oppression and tyranny. 20 years the Empire had ruled us, but no longer. Liberty or death. Liberty or death.
Ere we begin, I would say to you as a proud son of Alamigo that I am grateful to each and every one of you for your part in this endeavor.
Mommy Kane's here too. Everyone. It's like Smash Ultimate. Everyone's here.
Now, to the heart of the matter. The enemy appears content to remain within the city walls and await the inevitable siege. Open conflict has been sporadic thus far. Whether Xenos is biding his time until reinforcements arrive, or attempting to bait us into a trap, none can say. We know better than to trust his word.
Regardless, we can ill afford to present Garlemald with a chance to ready her legions. It would be in our best interest to press for a swift resolution.
A long siege wouldn't be good for the people in the city either. If food becomes scarce, you know who'll starve first.
Just so. Therefore, I propose we commit our forces to an all-out assault. What say you? It would seem we are of one mind. Then let us proceed to the how of it. The immortal flames will form the vanguard, supported by the archers and the conjurers of the Order of the Twin Adder, under the Elder Seatseer's command. Once the main host has cleared a path to the walls, we will bring forward the artillery of the Maelstrom and the Temple Knights. I would have your cannons pound the gates and punch a hole right through the middle of their defenses.
Hell yeah. gonna bring the
What
motherfucking
about the
house down.
resistance?
Your part will be to occupy the residential district and keep civilians out of harm's way. The people are more like to trust their own.
Of course. You can count on us.
Remember that there is a second entrance to the city proper there. If all goes to plan, we will have secured 2 points of entry. Once both objectives are complete, we press on into the city, surround the palace, and hunt down Xenos. As for the Scions, you will be held in reserve as an irregular unit until we have more intelligence on your captured comrade. Kryle's rescue will be your primary concern, but I dare say we'll find a use for you once her freedom has been secured.
Naturally.
Thank you, General. I pray we find her quickly.
Ralga's beacon nears its end. Soon, my friends, Alamigo will be ours once more.
Hell yeah. You showed up with the perfect fucking weather, right? The thunderous weather, the thunderclouds and lightning in the background, right behind Alamigo's main castle where Xenos is. Look at that shit. Perfect time and weather for us to show up to make it look like extra ominous, you know? It's like when you arrive at like Bowser's castle at the end of a Super Mario game or something. One of the classic ones, you know? Looks ominous as shit. Again, I didn't fucking, you know, I didn't prepare any of this ahead of time. We're just total coincidence. We got lucky. Because all the other times I've played through the story, whenever I've gotten here, that hasn't happened. That's the first time I see that. We usually get here with like sunny ass weather and it's all clear. Hey, glad to see you guys made it. A storm of blood approaches fast. Hell's open, heavens weep. That's where I got the quote from earlier. I didn't know she said that. I just knew I remembered it from somewhere. The end is in sight. It's been a long time coming. Indeed. The battle for Castra Mabania was brutal, but the one for Alamigo will be unlike any we have ever known. It's the home stretch. We're here. I love the fucking music here too. It's so triumphant. This is that, Aiden Lorcan, your emote, the Craigasm, yes. The music, the background, everything. It's so perfect. Most of the Alamegans in the residential district are armed, so I doubt we'll have to deal with many Imperial sympathizers. Potter built those walls to give shelter to his brothers and sisters. Now our people's freedom rests on us tearing them down. Circle of life, I guess? Life's bitter irony? Yeah. This is more of a bitter, ironic thing, yeah, actually. The stage is set and the players are assembled. Eorzea has come at last to drive the invaders from her lands. This is true. Once we kick Xenos out of here, there will be no more Imperials left in Eorzea. We'll be free. What would Grandfather say if he were here with us? If he were with us here today? Got mixed up there. I don't know what he would say, but I know he would be proud. Proud of you and your sister and of all of us. This is what he saw for the future of Eorzea. He knew this would happen. That's why he sacrificed himself that day. Yeah. So anyway, the key to victory. There's your cliffhanger ending, folks, because it's time for me to go to sleep. Sucks, doesn't it? I will tell you that every single time I replayed this game, which has only been 2 times before this, and the second time skipping cutscenes, but either way... Well, actually 3 times and 2 skipping scenes, because it was just for alt characters. But either way, every time I get here, it's my bedtime. I'm not kidding. That has always happened. Every time I get right here to this point in the story, It's time for me to go to bed. Every fucking time. I was hoping today would be different, but no. Every time. God, I fucking love that music. I think I'm just gonna outro right here. Like, I'll just put up the starting soon screen, because this music is honestly better than the title screen music for me. So, I guess let me get my farewells ready. My little wave and everything. Huh. Alright, folks. As always, thank you very much for watching and supporting the stream, whether on Twitch or YouTube. And thank you very much for those of you who come by to watch live. Aiden Lorcan, Crimson Arrival. I see you both. Thank you very much. I appreciate you keeping me company while I record these videos. And aside from that, as always, well, got nothing else to say except please take care of yourselves, look after each other, stay safe out there, and please have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace. It's gonna be some good shit tomorrow morning. Good shit.